Okay, so another 18-hole vlog, except I'm starting on hole 2 at Rancho Santa Fe Country Club because I get nervous filming in front of the clubhouse. Hole 2 is like a 450-yard dogleg right. I'm going to hit this thing off the hosel, basically start it way at the left side of the screen and slice it back over into the right rough. First hole was like 365, 370, and I put it right in front of the greenside bunker, chipped up and two putted for a par. Missed like a real makeable putt. Okay, and this is my playing partner, Brian Fan, who you will see a few shots from. He's got like a little pitching wedge in here, and he hits a shot that he thinks is kind of far, but it actually ends up pretty nice. Hits the back slope, spins back. You can see me on that right hill. I've got a sand wedge in 104-ish yards, and I'm just trying to get this somewhere on the green. Didn't peel right like I would have thought it should have off that much of a slope, but I do just kind of get up here, two putt this for an easy par. So this is the high school, or this is the course I played in high school golf. One of my favorite courses probably in all of San Diego. It just got redone a bit with some new bunkers, and we kind of laughed because Brian had played a USAM qualifier here, struggled, and basically said do not hit it in the grass surrounding these bunkers because it's brand new and the ball just disappears. This is a 190-yard par 3, plays downwind, plays short a little bit. I think it's like 195. He hits another decent shot. I've got an 8-iron here. Back in high school, it was always a 7-iron. So I'm trying to finesse this, and I just kind of do the same exact thing I did on the last hole, just like a little heel cut that ends up right in that rough surrounding the bunker. So here I am laughing, and like Brian said, the ball's basically, you can't see it. It's in this Bermuda mush, and I just hack it. Club gets trapped and ball just kind of tumbles out. So Brian went a little long. I think he hit a 7-iron. He may have hit a full 8. Again, Brian played high school golf with me. He played, I think, golf on scholarship at University of San Diego under Tim Mickelson, Phil Mickelson's brother. So Brian's a very good player still. This is for my par. I think I just kind of roll it up there and make a bogey and move on. Or maybe I missed this. I can't remember. But one thing you'll notice about this course, it's surrounded by incredibly beautiful homes. It's open enough to miss the ball around. Okay, so I made a bogey. And a ton of fun. So this is a 600-yard par 5 uphill downwind. It goes a little bit kind of off to the right, but there's like this big swale that kills golf shots. And you'll see kind of hit this thing a little bit thin, and it just starts kind of peeling towards this bowl, and you'll see me point at it saying that's like a magnet. So now I'm just trying to punch something through these trees, and I kind of smother hook it. But it kind of works out. Gets up there to the left side of the rough. I hit a little pitch shot up there. Just slightly beyond the hole, but a good shot. Got a birdie putt. This is Fan's birdie putt. And he just leaves it on the edge. I'm using a new putter, so it's a flow neck swag golf putter. And as you'll see, this front 9, I missed some of the shortest putts I've ever hit. That was a dogleg right, about a 420-yard hole. You can see me aim way right because there's lost ball left. It's not OB, it's just a lost ball. But I hit a nice drive, a little bit thin, straight into the wind, but it's perfect. Fairways are rolling like extremely far for like compared to what they usually did. Now this is just a little, I think it was a little sand wedge that I'm hitting from like 100 yards, and I hit a decent shot. I think this is about a 20-footer, 18-footer. You'll have to excuse some of the camera angles. This is me just running around, setting down a tripod and attempting to get the best shot I can while keeping pace of play. I think we played 18 holes in like 3.5 hours, so trying to set the camera up was not easy. But another par. This is a fun hole. Kind of goes out to the left and then around to the right. You can see the green in the distance, so Fan and I just take it over the tree. This is about 415 yards, 420 yards straight into the wind again. Or actually, this is a brand new tee box. This might be closer to like 430 now. But again, straight into the wind. Hit another great drive. A little thin, kind of is the trend all day. But this is me trying to hit this really finesse 56 degree, catch it like a shade thin, and then you get the sarcastic, no problem. It landed about 6 inches from the hole and spun back a little bit. And then again, got a great look at birdie, but I'm pretty sure I missed this too. I'm going to blame it all on the new putter just because I can. But these are tricky greens. They have like these really subtle breaks. It's even in high school, it was really hard for me to make putts here. I was telling Brian it was
the knuckle.
It was always a course that got me. Now this might be the best shot.
What do you think? What are the odds?
I don't do it with my
So
iron.
I'll let you listen to it.
You need to.
That's pretty good. I can't tell.
I don't know. That's too good for me.
That looked good. That sounded good.
I shouldn't be able to hit that shot. That was really good. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, that was good right there.
Okay, so that was the exchange because I hit a shot that was, I jokingly say it's way too good for me to hit. It was a nice pull fade, just like I drew it up. And then Brian hits it's an okay shot. It's a safe shot to the left side of the green, but he leaves himself a pretty long putt. This hole's playing 190 straight into the wind, so I hit a little 6-iron, I think it was. But you can see I hit it to, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet. Definitely probably the best shot I hit all day. Now Brian's got about a 25-footer, and it's definitely in the hole if that pin isn't in there. So we ended up giving it to him because, I mean, it was falling in the hole and bounced out of the pin. And now the trend for me today is to have nice little birdie putts on this front 9 and miss them all. Now, that one moved more than I thought, so that was actually not a bad putt. Maybe a little timid on the line. Another beautiful hole, par 5 up the hill, crosswind, 530 yards, 520 yards. OB left, kind of like a creek hazard right that's not really in play. I hit a beautiful tee shot. Again, a little thin cut, kind of like the day, but this is 172 yards up the hill. And I'm going with just like a baby 7-iron and trying to sort of work it up against the wind. I hit it great, ends up ballooning really high and comes up just short on the front edge. So I set the camera up, I walk down there, and I've got the wrong golf club. I've got the 61, and I should have the sand wedge. But I hit a nice little chip, rolls up there pretty well, and once again, I've got a short little birdie putt. I think Brian's got this for birdie? I don't think it's an eagle. I think it's a birdie putt. And he just misses on the low side and taps in for his par. And then I zoomed in on this just to make fun of myself because, again, this has got to be, 2.5 feet? And I just straight up pull it, and me and Brian just look at each other and laugh. 18 is like 360, 350 yards straight into the wind, downhill. Again, kind of like a slightly thin fade, and it just rolls right up in front of the bunker, greenside bunker. Really can't be mad about the tee shot. And then again, one of the better shots of the day, 57 degree, because I've got to go uphill into a slope, into the wind, and I almost hold the chip and then tap it in for birdie. So at least I got one. I think I ended up being one over, even. Can't remember. So now I'm trying to hit a low mini driver straight into the wind, a 293 yard par 4, and I just sort of smother this thing. This happens a couple times. But again, lucky for this to stay in. And now I hit a nice little chip. It's got no spin, and the whole green works left to right. So you can see it moving across the screen and me kind of going, please stop, because this thing will die off the green, then feed off into a collection area. So I'm pumped just to stay on the green. One other thing you'll notice now is that I've got the old putter. So this is like the kind of like the Ping Answer looking swag golf. So it's a swag handsome one.
All right, back to Old Faithful.
And again, kind of the joke between me and Brian.
Birdie. Fucking rolls it in.
I think that had audio. I hope that had audio. So put the putter back in the bag and make a birdie. Now we've got a par 5 again, straight into the wind. And once again, I sort of hit this hosily big cut, and I just end up in a spot that's dead. So this is just a chunk and blast out layup. And then I've got a 50 degree. No, I think it's a pitching wedge, and I've got to try and hit under the tree or slide it a little left to right. And I do an okay job, get it up there to the front edge. This is like 30 feet, 20 feet, I can't remember. For pace, I'm just hurrying up and playing. Again, setting the camera and trying to play golf is not fun, but we got it. Great hole, downhill par 4. It's like 440 into the wind. Hit a great drive right down the fairway, in between clubs, so I'm trying to hit a soft sand wedge. And in doing so, I kind of get out ahead of it, shove it like a high, weak right shot, and it kind of hits and funnels off to the right edge of the green. But you can see that grass around the bunkers. It's just like the fluffiest grass that the ball just disappears in. So I hit one short here. We walk up there. Brian's got that for birdie. He misses, knocks in for par. I knocked that in for par, actually a pretty good second putt. So this next hole is great. It's got a creek that runs through the middle of it. I've got a mini driver into the wind. It's about 430-ish yards, and I hit a beautiful shot. I'm a little worried it's going straight at the creek, and so we're kind of hoping it's just short enough or just left enough to be all right. And it was, so it was fine. Now I've got another in-betweener, so I'm trying to hit a really soft pitching wedge from about 120 into the wind. And right when I hit it, I knew I just hit it too soft. Just babied it to the front. Again, not a bad chip. I brought the wrong club out again. So trying to manufacture stuff that I'm not super comfortable with, but because I've got that camera and I'm setting up and running around, I just kind of stick with it and go. And now the putting is coming back since I'm back to sort of Old Faithful. So still under par on the back 9. Now this is a 225-yard par 3 downwind, and I sort of get ahead of it again with a 6-iron and sort of fan it off to the right. Again, wrong club with a chip. I wish I would have had like a 50, but I've got a 60 degree. I thought I was in a much different spot. Trying to hit like a low hooking running chip, and I sort of flub it. And then I walk up and 2-putt this thing. So frustrating bogey to go back to par or even par, but it is what it is. I wish I could get someone to film this stuff so that I could actually play. But it's all right. So this is a hole where I hit one very similar to all the others, a little thin and a little heely, and it's just kind of a big high cut downwind. Believe the hole again is like 430 or something like that, and I've got 100 yards in. Now this is another one where I'm trying to baby a 56 because the pin is back, and I just hit a horrible sort of like steep pop-up, and then we laugh because it's got no spin, hits the front of the green and rolls to the back, and I've got a legitimate birdie shot. Whereas Fan hit one in, you probably saw the divot from right in front of me while I was setting up the camera, and his bounced over. So this is a horrible putt. And you'll see me laugh, and we're talking about it. I just joked that I just flushed that and just absolutely crushed it through everything. And then obviously I didn't take my time, so I make this one. Now this is a cool hole, kind of slings out doglegs left around a creek. The camera dies here on my tee shot, so Fan hits one, I think kind of far up on the right. And I hit a mini driver, just kind of flared it again out to the right, but it stayed in the fairway. I tried to baby a 9-iron in from 150, and I kind of hit a weak shot to the right. Now this is a great putt. I actually thought this was going in. It just didn't break until after the hole. Maybe I hit it a little hard, but you can see it kind of curling after the hole. So good par, that's fine. Next hole, par 3, 190 downwind, and a great 8-iron here. Another one that looked like from the tee, you'll see my sort of excitement. So that it looks like it's going to go in. Tons of fun on the par 3s today. Hit 2 great par 3 shots. And so this is a birdie to get back under par. Yeah, back under par. And then you would have possibly seen this on the Instagram where we're chatting about putters. So Brian's got a Tyson Lamb, and I've got the Swag. And so we're looking at sort of the lines, and he's showing me what he likes, and I'm showing him what I like. And then he's also saying it looks like my putter has no loft. So I'm going to have to go check that because that's happened to me before. But 2 good putters, really, really nice. 18's another long par 5. I think this is another one that's like 600 yards downwind. And the trend continues. Heel cut off to the right. I tried to hit that one maybe a little harder than normal. Get into some pretty nasty rough, and so I just chop a 5-iron down the fairway. And then I've got an in-between yardage where I'm going to try it for the first time. Instead of hitting something soft, you can see kids up there by the green running around. I'm going to try and hit sort of a firmer 50, I think from 135, and I just get ahead and shove it out right. Stop filming because I get nervous around the clubhouse, and we shoot around even par, and it was a fun round. Can't recommend that course enough if you get a chance to do it.